right, let's go. Waiting for the guys who want this. This is the mock draft. Freshman scored. Oh, well, good luck with that one. Because, again, more people care about Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, and Miami in a row than they do. Let's do it together, Moss. Let's do it together. Tennessee, Cleveland, the Giants, Jacksonville. You get the drift now, Moss? No one cares about those teams. And there's no stars in this draft that galvanizes until you get to the big boy teams. And that's why we will start the draft in my room at 10. No one cares about 1 through 9. You want to care for 1 through 9? That's you. That's not me. And I'll be doing a 2.0 and a 3.0. And again, those teams will be skipped. Just being honest with you. Those teams don't move the needle. While these guys are not here, and these guys wanted this shit. Um, Again, see what happened here. All right, how about with the kick save? Once I'm telling you, you can do one the whole draft, but no one's gonna care until you get to the Bears. I hate to tell you that. That is reality. That's the way it is. Well, Montreal wins today. We'll have the rematch Tuesday night. So we'll see the Panthers up here Tuesday and Wednesday night. All right. So I'm not even going to talk about this mock draft until people start coming for it. So what I'm going to talk about right now is what happened at the end of that Canadian game. And in my opinion, you never shoot the puck hard at the goalie in the game. So if you can't take losing to the pristine franchise in North America and the world, that's a serious you problem. I don't know what to tell you. I'm dead serious. I don't know what to tell you. And now you better believe every time that guy from the Panthers is on the ice, the Montreal Goon is going to be on the ice. And shit is going to happen Tuesday night. So we'll be on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, as we will do the Canadians and the Panthers early, Winnipeg, LA late. All the thumbnails will be up for the whole week in the morning. NBA will be back April 11th. And Palm Sunday, April 11th, we're going to do a hockey NBA doubleheader early. Montreal, Ottawa late. Golden State at Portland. And then Sunday, we're going to do Lakers at Portland. That's the last game on the NBA schedule for the season. So we'll see the NBA back in 2 weeks. As let me go back to this since no one's up here. Moss hit me up and said Ovechkin has scored. Winnipeg is going to win. So that's a big win for the Jets up here. And so the Jets won 3-1, outscoring Winnipeg at home this year 11-2. That's why I didn't do the game. That's why I didn't watch the game. All right, Ovechkin, 4 goals from tying, 5 from passing Gretzky. He will do it. I'm betting money he'll do it in Long Island. So Ovechkin scored today. Okay. I will do the mock draft when people come up. They said they wanted it, and we'll see. But we'll have the draft in exactly, let's see, 3 weeks is WrestleMania, right? 4 weeks from this weekend, we will have the NFL draft. I will start my draft from the 10th pick on, and I will just do what I do, okay? Because that's the way I roll. And like I said to Moss, no one cares about Tennessee, Cleveland, Giants, Jacksonville. Who's picking 5? Let me take a look at the draft order again. It's been a while since I looked at it because I don't care. There's not good enough players in this draft to own odd people. The brothers will care about where Shador goes, other than him. All right. This is not up to date. Here you go. Tennessee, Cleveland, the Giants. There'll be some curiosity about the Pats, Jaguars, Raiders, Jets, Carolina, New Orleans. No one cares about those teams. Moss want to beat his chest with his ego and his fifth person. Let him do it. I'm not going to pay attention to it. I got other things to do. You know what I'm saying? I would believe that fans will care about the following: Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, Miami, Colts, Bengals, and Seahawks, Tampa Bay, Broncos, Steelers, Chargers, Packers, Vikings. No one cares about the Texans, Rams, Ravens, and we'll make fun of Detroit. We'll laugh at Detroit on draft day. So there you go. Steelers at 21, Broncos 20, Buccaneers at 19. This is why we are doing the way we are doing. And it's nothing against those teams, but in the top 9, but it is what it is. No one cares about the top 9. I mean, I don't even know who the hell the top players are. I haven't been studying it because I don't care. I've been studying guys from where Chicago picks down to the Ravens. Now I'm going to add the Lions to that mix. So when I do my work coming up, and I already done my work, I did a mock draft already. When I do another one up here alone, I will bring up the fact that the teams from 10 down are relevant teams. I mean, those teams in the top nine are relevant. You want to feed your ego, and I'm going to do the whole thing, then do it. No one's going to care. There's no big marquee players other than Sanders and Travis Hunter and Genty. Nobody else cares about none of these guys. There's no marquee quarterbacks coming out. I'm just telling facts. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the Capitals are celebrating. Ovi's far away from beating Gretzky. He's going to do it. Especially that they got an easy schedule in the month of April. But back to the football. Let's take a look at some of these prospects that I don't care about because they're going to shit ass teams. I'm just saying. What time is it right now? All right, we'll take this to 6:30. And if guys ain't pulling up, I'm done. I don't care. I really don't give a damn. Okay. Uh, oh man. Here we go. Draft prospects. Let's take a look at some of these guys in the top 10. Because it tells you how much I'm not caring about the guys in the top 10. Let's do it. So, Tertoria McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. And Abdul Carter, Penn State. Okay, I'll give him some props. We don't have to get into Travis Hunter, okay? Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan. Yes. Ashton Genty. Yes. Will Campbell. I think there's two Will Campbells, isn't it? Let me see. Looking for. Okay, got this all right now. Will Campbell, tackle. Okay. Jade Banks. Yes, good ball player. Tyler Warren, good ball player. Malachi Starks, good ball player. Jihad Campbell. Okay. Arman Membou, excellent player. Matter of fact, that's the guy. If the Dolphins stay at 13, that's the guy I want the Dolphins to take. And he can play all the positions on the line, and he's a damn good run blocker. All right, that's a good pick right there. Mike Green's all right. W.Johnson, yes. Another person Miami can get at 13. Luther Burden, nah, they don't need that. Kenneth Grant, yes, 13. Josh Simmons, yes, 13. Kelvin Banks, yes, 13. Trying to find somebody else. Um, yeah, those would be the guys I'll target in the first round. I'm looking for the kid from South Carolina. They don't have him as a first round pick, which I'm surprised. Hmm. So that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But those are the things that you have to look at when you're doing something like this. You know what I'm saying? All right, Melina's in the chat. Afternoon to her. Oh, don't worry, I got that. Don't worry. Only reason I put that up is people said they wanted to come do this shit and not here. And I'm one of these people that if you don't want to come and you said you coming, then I don't care. Think I care? Seriously, think I care? Blade's getting worked by the hitman. Yeah. And the brilliance of Howie Roseman, 2 Super Bowls in Philly in the last 7 years. That's what you call great GM. Okay. Let's see. Get this together. So we'll be ready in 2 and 3 in a month from this weekend, which will be Thursday night, the 24th, and we will begin our draft with the Chicago Bears. So when the Bears are picking 10, I'll come live on the air. We'll make the thumbnail for this probably in 2 weeks, so we can give it 2 weeks to breathe and get it ready up here. And we'll have a few more players that are totally supposed to land anywhere between 11 to 27. We're gonna have fun with the Lions up here. Draft night. So it's having this, Mr. Hockey this afternoon. Montreal beat Florida 4-2. So everybody's looking forward to that. I'm not. I can care less about, like I said before the Mars, I can care less about the top 10 of the draft. They do nothing for the team I support. They do nothing for the Dolphins. So why the hell do I care? And plus, the Dolphins are better than the first 10 teams that are picking, maybe in the first 11. So I'm not worried about those teams picking between 9. And matter of fact, I'm not worried about anything. I just know the teams that are picking 1 through 9 suck ass. That's why. Saying what's up to Jordan. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow night, Flames and Avalanche. I got a lot to say about Flames management tomorrow. Let's throw out more of these names. Let's go back to the top 10. Nick Scorton, Derek Harmon, Gray Jabel, Zaylon Walker I like. Samar Stewart's a good one. Mike Williams, alright. Colston Loveland, yeah, good one. Omarion Hampton, he's the second Running back on the board, I don't know. I haven't seen him. To be perfectly honest with you, I haven't seen him. Greg Norton is back in the booth today. He's fighting cancer. Good for him. Shout out to him and the Capitals organization that's having a magical year. But it's like I said, Moss says Auburn is up in the college basketball game. And again, um, this draft for a lot of people, if there was any year the draft to go to Green Bay, unfortunately for Green Bay, but Green Bay's angry at their team, the fan base. So this is a bad year to have the draft. I'm telling you, you teams, you cities who want the draft, you better bid for the 27th draft with all those quarterbacks coming out in the first round. Moss got Hampton going first round, running back from NC. I just let people have their opinions. I don't know how good Amarion is. I haven't seen him play really this past season, so I don't know. I can't criticize what I don't know. That's why you don't see me killing these kids. I don't know. I don't see them. I don't watch college football really. I'm all NFL all the time. Unless my team is bad, like if the Dolphins were going to be 3-14, I will watch the top of the draft closely. But they're not, so I don't have to worry about the top of the draft. So, you know, and like I said, um, when you look at Miami drafting offensive guard, defensive tackle, safety, corner should be their needs to fulfill. That's a lot of holes, but if they do it right, remember. Stuff yours you left back there? Like I was saying, um, so this draft, I think it's gonna bore a lot of people early, and I'm wondering how the media is gonna play this, to the ESPN and NFL Network. If Shador Sanders falls, with the marquee teams coming up, Caleb Williams, Brock Purdy, Prescott, tumbling over, Michael Penix. Maybe the Colts are in business for a quarterback. By the way, I could have told Indianapolis that kid wasn't going to work. And then you have Bargoff saying that this kid Richardson revolutionized the game. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously, Bargoff, fucking seriously, that Anthony Richardson re uh, changed the game. Come on. Four Michigan, four Texas, three Georgia, two Bama, two Mizzou, two Colorado in the first round. Yeah, I could see that. You see what Moss just put in the chat? Moss is absolutely correct. 305 is back for this. Good to see you, fam. Beer money in the building. Yeah, Moss is right about that. Four
What,
Michigan, four Texas, three Georgia, two Bama, two Mizzou, two Colorado. Probably in the top 20, Moss. 305. What's up, fam?
what's up, Coach? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Doing the
Sitting
night
back
nap.
chilling.
Yeah, man. The Capitals play-by-play people are all excited that they're going to do they're in full overdrive for the OV chase of Gretzky now. He's five away from breaking it four from time. He scored today. So, yeah, 305. Oh, I might as well pick your brain since the man of the hour is not in the building yet. Um, who would you want Miami to pick? What position with 13? Do you want them to trade down a little?
Ah, I want the Dolphins to drive that Texas offensive offensive line.
This man right here in the thumbnail. That's who you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
not no liquor store offensive line.
Mr. Miami wants Kelvin Banks Jr. That's who Mr. Miami wants at 13.
Tomorrow we're looking for some gems.
I'm not going to argue it. I think that's a smart pick.
Legend
I'm going,
killer.
I'm going with the other player, the other offensive lineman, the guard, Membou from Missouri. But I can see that. And to bring Eisenberg back was a disaster. Everything was going well until they did that.
That dude was terrible.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Like I said, I like Membo for the Dolphins. I think he's a perfect fit.
Or that safety from Georgia,
Malachi Starks.
Brandon Starks. They might go offensive tackle. They might go running back.
I think if he's there, and this is what I said before I went off the air earlier, if Sanders and the kid from Boise State, if they're there, you Dolphin fans want them to go for need. You're gonna be disappointed because Ross is gonna go for star power. He cares about selling tickets. And a guy like me will be, and there's a lot of us like me who support the Dolphins. Cowboys in the same boat. One of those two guys are there. We will all sit back here for 15 minutes and wonder what's taking so long on the clock. Okay. Especially the kid from Boise State. He fits the Dolphins perfectly. You know what I'm saying? See what Moss
Yeah,
is saying.
and somebody gonna have to talk to Deion Sanders' son. Stay out of South Beach.
Well, knowing Dion, I'm going to stay at Grandma's down in Fort Myers.
Stay out of South Beach. There's a lot of temptations in South Beach.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting on draft night. Do I advise you do if Sanders is falling? Yes. Do I think he will fall past 10? No. Raiders or Jets will take him. Or even the Saints at 9. Trust me. But you know what happens? If that does happen, if you're a Dolphin fan, what you need to fulfill a need keeps falling. Defensive tackle, offensive line, cornerback, safety. Hey, know what I'm saying? Islanders 2-2 with the Hurricanes. Yeah, man. You eat dinner yet? 3 o'clock?
Yeah,
What about you, Moss? You had dinner? My dinner was a damn chocolate chip cookie.
chocolate chip cookies.
No, just one. Or a bottle of water.
Some be some be growling.
Yeah. Should I send the top 10 here? As you said, you were going to start at 10.
So I'm gonna start eating. I'm gonna start eating chocolate chips and water.
Moss, you can send your top 10, man. You know, I'm just looking at it, Moss, as people who care. And again, Moss, you could disagree with me, and I don't have a problem with that. All right, let's ask Mr. Miami. He's here. All right, Mr. Miami, this is the top 9. Tell me if you care. Okay. 1 is Tennessee. Do you care
Tennessee.
about the Titans picking?
Is
Don't tell me
they,
you all caring about that sorry ass franchise picking
if
first.
if it ain't the Dolphins, rest
There
of
you go. Thank
the
you. You don't
top
care.
1 through 12.
9. Oh, 1 through 12, you don't care?
Jacksonville. See, that's my second. 1 through
12,
what
yeah, 1
Jacksonville
through
pick?
12. All right, there are 4 in this guy. There are 4.
10 through 12. They don't get they go to all solved mysteries.
I agree with you. Moss is going to do his top 9.
And, and Robert Stack is the host.
I haven't heard from that show in 30 years, bro. Unsolved
Man,
mysteries. I'll be rocking my Larry Zonka on draft night.
I'll be rocking
That's
my Dan
that's
Marino
all.
jersey that night.
Yes, I'll be wearing my Larry Zonka jersey. Islanders up 3-2. Roy still
1984.
after the 3 after the 3 half spot. Okay, I feel it. Moss. Thank you, CK. Yeah, man.
The,
I mean,
my
I'm gonna be
1984 jerseys.
I'm gonna be laying up here on draft night, bored to death. Into if a big trade happens, I'll come online. Dissect. You know,
And
I
Chris
mean,
Greer, get it right.
which one's real fun?
I'm talking about Chris Greer. You got to get it right this time.
Yeah, he
So
had
we
a
can
good draft last year, believe it or not. The problem was the Dolphins didn't play the guys too late in the year, like in week 10 and 11, and you saw what Chop Robinson did to the end of the year. That was a hell of a pick. Number 1, Cam Ward. Number 2, Abdul Carter. Okay. Moss got
we,
those guys going
we
1,
trying
2.
to get Big O off of us.
Miami. That's all he cares about. He gave the draft the middle finger. All he cares about is the Dolphins.
Get the Big O off of us. Get Stephen A. Smith off of us.
Saturday is
Just
going to be fascinating, folks, because they got 8 or 9 picks on Saturday. Miami does. So, oh, the Capitals lost to Buffalo tonight. So in back-to-back weekends, Buffalo won in Winnipeg and won at the Capitals. Interesting.
so Stephen A. Smith. I be worried about his Steelers.
Who needs a quarterback?
And Aaron Rodgers going back to the dark box.
I don't know why Rodgers.
The dark box.
Oh, and I reported that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I know you guys thought I was crazy when I reported that.
What the? What the? What?
We got this. 3, Travis Hunter. 4, the Raiders trading up to get Shedeur Sanders. I can see that. Oh, then your Jaguars are 5, real 5. They're 5 Jaguars. New England's 4. Oh,
Like the napkin didn't seem like that nap don't they that nap don't even work sometimes.
Moss got Mason Graham from Michigan going to the Jags. Ah, Moss going his top 10. New England now at 6 takes Arman Membou. Moss breaking Dolphins fans' hearts. But I don't think Membou is going that high, Moss. I think he's going to be in the teens or in the 20s. But if New England takes him, they take him. What do you want me to do?
You drink coffee, coach?
Say it again.
You drink coffee?
Only in the winter. But after what happened with the way my kidney looked this winter, I said I'm going to skip coffee. Just drink water.
So I drink water. I drink water when I get up. Drink water when I'm driving. Can't drink coffee.
All I've been doing is drinking water, family.
Gotta drink that water.
Moss is looking hard about who he thinks the Jets are going to take. I don't argue with none of these picks Moss is doing. I have no argument. Will Campbell, yep, perfect for them. Yep, absolutely correct. Carolina taking Michael Williams out of Georgia. Absolutely correct. I definitely agree with that. Waiting for Moss' eighth pick. Moss is a little uptight with me because I'm skipping 1 through 9. Number 8. Oh, Moss skipped number 8. Number 9. W.Johnson out of Michigan goes to New Orleans. 10. Bears take Gentry. Okay, see that.
I did a mock draft actually, and I had W.Johnson going to New Orleans.
Just like Moss hasn't gone to New Orleans. Who you had at 10?
I had Calvin Banks going to the Bears at 10.
I know who San Francisco wants at 11. Who do you have them taking at 11?
Arman Membou.
It's going to break a lot of Dolphin fans' hearts. They want the kid from Michigan. What's his name again? They want Grant from Michigan.
Yeah, I have Dallas drafting Grant, and then we get W.Johnson at 13.
I don't think Dallas needs a defensive tackle. They need a running back, a receiver to complement CD line, and a
The
offensive
receiver,
tackle.
the reason why I have them getting Grant, even though they don't need it, is because other
Whoever.
than
No, go ahead.
uh, uh other than McMillan, I don't think any of the other receivers in the first round are top 15 guys. Like Burton and stuff, they're good receivers, but I think they're more in the 20. They're the only way they get those like they would trade down to get a Burton and stuff like that because I it's a reach at 13 and stuff like that for a guy like Burton and stuff like that. Do you agree
No, I'm
with
not
me
arguing.
or
I'm not arguing with you. If that's how you feel, Tony, I don't have a problem.
who do you have them taking?
Who? Which team?
Dallas.
Either the kid from Texas who missed the
Oh,
Miami.
Marquise Golden.
No. The offensive lineman from Texas.
Oh, you have Banks going to them.
Yeah.
Dolphins fans are pissed that we have all the offensive line going before we pick.
And in real life, I don't see that happening because a lot of these franchises who are losers, an offensive line is not going to make their fan base happy.
If they see that this is what if you're an incompetent ownership or GM and you panic and draft what your fan base wants, you're gonna get fired eventually. Do you agree?
Depends. I mean, you look at these teams at the top, Tony, and me and Moss have this argument. Do any of these teams, let me ask you an honest question. From 1 to 9, do you really believe any of these teams are going to get better where they're going to go to the playoffs this year?
No, but I would rather them build those teams that you're talking about 1 through 9 need to
Yeah.
build. They have other weaknesses instead of quarterbacks that are honestly. That's why I'm saying I think New Orleans and Chicago, and who's above them at number 8?
Carolina.
Carol. They need offense. All those teams need offensive line help and stuff like that. If you draft a quarterback this year, you're gonna ruin his career because you don't have an offensive line to protect him. Do you agree?
It depends. I mean, if the teams are inept and all those teams in the top 9 are inept, no matter who you pick, it ain't going to matter. That's the point I'm making.
Would you put Chicago in that list too, or no?
No, Chicago's going to get better. That's why we want to start the draft up here with the Bears undrafted.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with you. The 1 through 9 are not going to get any better with one position and stuff like that.
exactly. And that's why I try to tell Moss. That's why a lot of people are poo-pooing this draft. Because next year is going to be the same thing, folks. Next year is going to be the same thing. Because there's only one marquee player coming out, and that's Arch Manning. Nobody else is going to move the needle. Now, you're talking exactly 2 years from right now, whoever gets the draft in 27 is going to have a bonanza. Because I
Yeah,
would say there will be 9 to 11 franchise quarterbacks drafted in the first round in 2 years.
Yeah, and this is why I've been saying I don't think Tennessee is going to draft Ward. To be honest, I think a team like the Raiders. Who's at number 5? Oh, Jacksonville doesn't need a quarterback. They have Trevor Lawrence. I think the Giants, the Raiders, and maybe Carolina trades up to get a Cam Ward because they need a quarterback.
Let me do the Giants right now. The Giants are tanking again. That's why you have the quarterback combination of Russell Wilson and James Winston.
How about? Oh, my mistake. Not the Giants. The Jets. The Jets.
They better trade up.
Yeah.
But then again, with Pete Carroll, I can see Pete Carroll not even thinking about quarterback because he loves Geno Smith. And he's willing to pay Geno Smith $33 million this year. Good for him. God bless him.
And for me, when I saw that signing, I'm saying this. I don't think it matters that Geno's there. I understand Pat. I understand. Uh, Pete likes him. I think they're still going to draft the quarterback. They might. I think a Sanders would fit his system.
I totally agree with you. With Chip Kelly, offensive coordinator, yes.
And when I look at Sanders, you know who he reminds? He reminds me of Russell Wilson, kind of.
I think if you're going to
in
draft
terms of his skill set, do you agree or no?
Yeah, I can see that. But I love Shedeur Sanders, by the way. I think what I love about him the most, he plays a pro style of quarterback.
Hypothetically, what happens? Let's say this happens. Let's say Sanders falls out of the top 10 and he's at 13. What happens?
There you go, Tony. This is why I respect Tony's draft knowledge, folks. I'm dead serious about that. Like I said, if Sanders is on the clock and Gentry's on the clock, we're going to be sitting up here for at least 14 minutes. I swear to God, that clock gets to a minute. Because that owner loves star power. And the two biggest stars of this draft, other than Hunter, are going to be at your door. Ross has got a tough decision to make. You can forget about defensive tackle. You can forget about offensive line. You can forget about safety. That's not happening if those two players are at 13.
Or if an Abdul Carter falls there, is he a superstar?
If he's there, then the same thing. The Dolphins. Remember when Tunsu fell to us?
Yeah.
And what number were we picking that year?
We were picking number 12.
No, we were 13, Tony.
Oh, we were 13. The same as this year? Wow.
Exactly.
Like Deion Jordan, 13.
13. That's where we were. Exactly 9 years ago, the Tunsu draft. He fell to us.
Because no one expected him to be that. Because of he would have been drafted number 1, I think, if it wasn't for that bong thing, right?
Exactly. Shedeur Sanders would have been the number 1 pick, but because of his ego, his attitude, his smugness about how great he is, that young boy is wearing jewelry that every player in this draft, if their father didn't play in the NFL, will die for. I'll be right back. You guys can talk about among yourselves. Miami's up here too.
Hey, Mr. Miami.
What's up, brother?
What's up?
Just
honestly, like I said, I think if Shedeur's there, I agree with Mace. I think the Dolphins draft Shedeur.
I think so too, because somebody got to sit down and talk to him. Tell him, man, you got to When you come down here, you got to get your act right. You got to stay out. Don't go to South Beach.
Yeah, no, but for me, I, also I want to see if Zach Wilson plays well if Tua gets injured, which we know happens. I think the Dolphins re-sign him to an extension, to be honest, and that's our quarterback, possibly our quarterback of the future. If Zach plays well this season, I think the Dolphins re-sign him to an extension, like
Yeah,
a 2 or 3 year extension.
they might move on from Tula.
I think Greer and McDaniel are starting to McDaniel is already annoyed with Tua. Apparently, like the he he's basically what is it called? He feels that he's gonna lose his job because of Tua not being inconsistent.
I think
Hi
Tua.
Melina.
What's up, Sister Melena?
Hey Jordan, what's up?
What's up, brother Jordan? Get well soon, my brother.
And
Yeah,
Jordan, I'm
get well
sorry,
soon.
man. They told me you was doing a lot better. Yo, I'll pray for you tonight, boys, before I go to bed, nephew. Do what I told you to do. Ice cream, jello, Italian ice, tea.
And plenty of bed rest.
Yep, plenty of bed rest.
What else? Do you think Shador Sanders actually would do well in this McDaniel scheme?
Possibility.
I would
Mace?
say McDaniel's gonna have to change his ways because this kid is a pro passer, man. Tom Brady trained this kid. He's a pro passer. He's a pocket quarterback. He doesn't scramble. That's why he got his ass beat at Colorado. He probably got sacked. If you look it up in 2 years, 100 times or more. He got beaten up at Colorado.
Yeah, I've said this. Both him and Ward have issues. Shador holds the ball too long, and that causes him to take sacks he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
And Ward has. I like that he has confidence in his arm, but he
Mhm.
sometimes throws it in. That overconfidence in his arm sometimes causes him to make. It's like he has this issue. He's like a Zach Wilson. Zach had that issue coming out of college too. He would throw it in areas where you're not supposed to be throwing it because he had too much confidence in his arm.
I totally agree.
And do you agree with me? Let's say Zach Wilson is successful this season. If Tua, we know Tua's going to get injured. If Zach is really good, do you think they sign him to an extension, like a 2 or 3 year extension?
Maybe.
Because I think
Maybe.
that would be a good quarterback, like to open up the playbook. Because what is it? How did how it was Kyle Shanahan recently? He wasn't calling out Brock Purdy or Tua specifically. He was saying the style quarterback that they are
Yeah.
limits the playbook that they can
Exactly.
run because uh they have physical limitations with their arm and stuff like that. They can't have their. Honestly, I like. Do you like Jackson Dart, the kid from Mississippi State?
He is gaining a lot of steam. I know that. He is gaining a lot of steam.
That would be crazy. Like Shador, Genty, and Jackson Dart are there. I agree with you. There's no way they choose an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, a linebacker, or a safety.
Totally agree. What do you think, 305?
Facts.
Yeah, if Gentry or Sanders is there, or Dart, Dolphins gonna have a tough decision.
Yeah, and Dart, honestly, kind of. You know who? When you look at him, You know who he reminds me of? Kirk Cousins with a little bit more mobility, kind
I
of.
can see that. I can see that. That's a
Because
good analogy in your point, Tony. Excellent job, Gibson. I can
yeah,
see
no, because people forget Kirk coming out of Michigan State had a cannon for an arm. He had a strong
that.
arm.
Yep. Yep. And he's the richest quarterback in the NFL, folks. He keeps getting big money contracts after big money.
Did you see that article recently that apparently is a it was written by uh I'm not sure if you follow not Kyle Krabs, his partner on Locked on Dolphins. He wrote an article on his blog saying that he thinks the Dolphins might trade for Kirk Cousins.
I can see that.
And
I think
honestly,
that's wrong.
The interception man.
Kirk, honestly, I don't. What's the hatred with Kirk? Why do people hate him so much?
Because he makes the most money because of his looks. Remember I told you? Image. That's why he makes all the money he makes. He is the perfect image of an NFL quarterback. Him, Daniel Jones, Matt Ryan. That's going to get Matt Ryan in the Hall of Fame, by the way. When you have that look where you
That
can
pretty boy.
not pretty boy, you have the corporate look. You look great in the suit. You can bring that kid, that quarterback, into boardrooms to do public speaking. You can't put Joe Burrow in that. Joe Burrow is what's the word you want to
A
use?
gangster,
Saying
huh?
what's the word you said for Joe Burrow?
Uh, he he's a. I can't be. I don't want to be racist. He's a white black quarterback.
Yes,
He's a white. He's a white quarterback trying to be an African American quarterback.
yes, exactly.
And I
Yeah,
don't think you can have Aaron in boardrooms either,
no,
because Aaron has that. He has that Andrew Luck attitude. He thinks he's better. He's smarter than everybody.
I miss Andrew Luck. Damn, folks, he's been out of the NFL now 7 years.
Who's that?
Andrew Luck.
The former, and when looking back, hindsight being what it is, Uncle Mace, do you agree with me that you could understand why he retired because the team wasn't building an offensive line correctly, and he like I don't say he
Tony,
gave up, but he
Tony, the last year of Andrew Luck's career, he had the third best offensive line in football. That's why he put up those great numbers. He quit. The reason why he really quit,
He was in the preseason.
too many, too, too many, too many snowboarding accidents. His body is all banged up. He couldn't take the pounding no more. And that's sad. He should have hit the weight room.
yeah no that's what I'm saying. The pounding, by the time he got the offensive line he needed, he was seeing ghosts already. Do you agree?
I agree. And the Colts are never going to give up his rights, folks. You can figure good about dreaming about getting Andrew Luck. They ain't going to give it up.
Why do you think that? Why do you say that?
Remember, uh, Ursay already said it 2 years ago. He said he will never let him go. Because he screwed the franchise, Tony.
Coach
That's
Andrew
what's
Luck.
happening to Kirk
They
Cousins right
screwed
now.
him up.
That's just what's happening to Kirk Cousins right now in Atlanta. That Arthur Blank is going to trade him when he wants to trade him because, in his mind, Kirk Cousins stole his money.
Wait, this is a question. This is what pisses me off about these owners. They
Mhm.
have buyer's remorse when they're the ones giving the contract out.
You're right.
So I don't really care for these owners. It's not their. It's not the player's fault they took the money. You shouldn't have given him the money in the first place if you were having second thoughts.
That's why a year from now, when we're talking up here 1 year from now, this is what Stephen Ross has to deal with. No one told you to pay him $252 million.
Well,
You wanted the corporate image, and you wanted to kiss the ass of his delusional fan base.
And let me tell you right now, folks, Tua is not it.
And Andrew, honestly, a guy like Andrew, when you look at Andrew Luck, do you think he's a perfect Shanahan type quarterback?
Yeah, but I think Andrew Luck will have issues that he's not throwing the ball 40 times a week.
He honestly, if Jim Harbaugh had gone to gone to Indianapolis, I think that would have been the best thing because he knows how to build. I hate Jim Harbaugh, but you have to admit the guy knows how to build an offensive line.
Doubtful. It really is. He knows how to build an offensive line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was Shanahan known for building his not Kyle but his father? Was he good at build on great offensive lines or not so
No,
much?
he built all right offensive lines, but they did what they was asked to do. That's why guys like Terrell Davis and any running back after that ran for 1,600 yards.
Wait, was Ron Dane a Bronco?
Yeah.
yeah, played for the Broncos and the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly, Ron Dane was an underrated running back, to be honest. Did you
Mm-hmm.
like him?
Did I like Rondé? No.
You think he was overrated coming out of college?
Yeah. But he did what the Giants asked him to do.
Oh, honestly, I like Brandon Jacobs.
That was the
That was,
reason
that was
why.
my favorite right there. I like O.J. Anderson too.
That was the guy, the reason why the Giants won Super Bowl 30, Super Bowl 40, Super Bowl 40, Super Bowl 41.
I mean,
It was
I,
him. They had
no,
it was him and who was his running mate in that backfield?
it was not 41. Coach, it was 42.
42. I thought the Steelers was 40.
Coach was 41.
Okay. Then Super
Giants was
Bowl 42, you
42.
right? Who was the
Yeah,
guy?
did they?
Oh,
Yeah,
who was the guy
43.
who was the guy that you just said a second ago?
Ron Dane.
No, the other guy.
Uh, Brandon Jacobs.
Okay.
Oh, was it Ahmad Bradshaw?
There you go. That was the guy who changed that whole franchise around was Arman Bradshaw. And I saw the game too in Buffalo.
I remember that game.
Did you
Both of
prefer
them
him or Tiki?
Kiki retired already.
No, what in terms of the running style, who did you like better, him or Ahmad?
Arman Bradshaw. I like both.
I like Brandon.
But
They like Brandon.
yeah, he likes Brandon Jacobs because of the power. I like Bradshaw because he changed up the game and he could run inside or outside.
That's the issue. I like Brandon, but he was one dimensional a little bit.
Yeah, but his one dimension is something most teams need power. That's why the Dolphins signed the guy from the Vikings, my guy,
Oh,
Alexander Madison. Because Alexander Madison's going to get you that 1 yard on third and fourth and short. He's going to get it for you.
I like A-Chain, but he's too small for that in between the tackles type
And,
running.
I'll say it again. Miami's it's a wussy team. They're all small. They're too small. They easily get pushed around. That's why every year they go 7-10.
I'm saying honestly, I think we go I don't say 7-10. I say 2-15.
Nah, I'm not going that far. This year, what do I see Miami?
Oh,
In,
dang.
in, anywhere between 7-10 and 9-8. That's what I see.
So you don't see 5-11 or
Nah. Unless that idiot gets fired. And Dolphins got a tough schedule. It's not like they're playing last year. They're playing against the Dolphins are playing against the NFC South and the AFC North. That's not going to be easy. And they play the Redskins. They play the Chargers. They play the Colts.
so
Well,
they
the
play
Colts
the
don't have
entire. Wait, do it? Are most of our NFC North games home games, or are they
no
road?
NFC South.
The AFC North
You play Cincinnati and Baltimore at home, and at Pittsburgh.
and Cleveland. Do we play Cleveland?
Yeah, but I don't count Cleveland. They should win against in Cleveland. Right now, if I'm a Dolphin fan, you better be looking at New England because they're coming fast.
And honestly, this is why I've been saying I don't. The reason why I say 5-11 or 3-13 or something like that, or
Yeah.
2-14,
Hmm.
it's because I don't trust Tua to stay healthy, and Tyreek is going to cause a lot of drama in the locker room if he's not getting what he wants.
It's going to happen because it's already been proven Tua cannot throw in the deep cover too. His arm ain't strong enough to do it. So, hey, that's the Dolphin problem. You drafted him? Well, go ahead. You know what you want me to do? I just know that the four quarterbacks in that first round control against the deep cover two without a problem.
And honestly, I understand he didn't play as much, and people say always say this. Uh, when I can't remember who's what he's like. Why didn't the Broncos re-sign him as a backup if he was such a good backup? Talking about Zach Wilson and stuff like that.
Because Bo Nix proved to be a franchise quarterback, so there's no need for him there.
Yeah, and
And
that's
you got Sean Payton there, so
and honestly, I think learning from Sean Payton for a season was a good thing for Zach. To
exactly.
be,
So it happened to Sam Donald that he had uh, Kyle Shanahan one year and Kevin O'Connor the next.
O'Connor.
Yeah, Minnesota. You saw the year Sam Donald had.
Honestly, I think a guy like Sam Darnold would do wonders in that that Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly offense.
I'm going to tell you, folks, I said this on Friday. Mike McDonald, who's the head coach of Seattle, gave the locker room to the defensive players. Look what he did in 1 week. He cut Lockett, he got rid of Metcalf, and he got rid of Geno Smith.
What did he cut Lockett? Did he cut DK or trade him?
He traded him. The point
What did
is, look at the guys who are in the receiver room now in Seattle. Cooper Kupp and Nick Barr. I forgot the other guy they signed, which was a good signing. The point I'm making is Sam Donald is those guys are going to keep their mouth shut and play football because the defense runs the team.
they're trying to build another version of the Legion of Boom there?
Yes, they don't want to hear from Sam Donald. If he F's up, the defensive players will light him up in the locker room. That's how Seattle operates.
Seattle in general has always been a defensive-minded team.
Yeah.
Even when they had Steve Largent, I think they were a run-first, run
Yeah.
heavy
We're hungry. There
defensive.
was pass. We're hungry. There was pass first.
And the original Kurt Warner.
That was Chuck Knox, baby. I was on that coaching staff. Real fast.
Coach, I mean, out here, Seahawks.
See, huh? In 1 week,
Seahawks.
only, in March, he got rid of last year's offensive players.
Yep, I seen that. I seen that 83 Seattle Seahawks video. Banks was the defensive coordinator.
You know how hard it is, Tony, to get rid of a $33 million quarterback? Pete Carroll's stupid. He made that trade. They traded Metcalf to the Steelers, and they gave him $150 million.
I forgot who was a quarterback for the Seahawks in '83. Gotta be David Craig.
With Dave Craig, yeah, of course. And Tony, they cut a fan favorite in Lockett. Look at that. In 1 week, they did all that. And now the guys they have, they're not paying them anything at receiver.
Yeah, and honestly, I think I think Seattle wants to build the receiving core through the draft. That's why they're going cheap.
No, I think Seattle, I just said it a minute ago, they're telling these offensive players, keep your effing mouth shut and don't make mistakes. The defense runs the locker room.
He still ain't gonna beat. He still ain't gonna beat the 49ers.
And the most points we will give up is 16 points a game. You give us 20, we win every week. That is the mentality of Seattle.
Was
It's
that
crazy.
defense? Was the defense the team that I'm talking about with Largent? Did they have great players on that defense?
No, they had the great players once they got Cortez Kennedy, Jacob Green. Remember those guys, Mr. Miami?
Yep, I remember. I remember Jacob Green and Kurt Warner, David Craig.
Cortez Kennedy changed that franchise forever.
Yeah,
He died too young, though. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
He died in a car accident or something. What happened?
No. He died of what? He died of Miami diabetes
I think he had a heart
because he
attack.
because he lost a leg.
Was he?
I
So
think
he
he got.
wasn't like the guy. Was he like the guy for the Steelers who got in that accident? Do you know the guy I'm talking about? That big defensive tackle.
Gabe Rivera.
Uh,
Was he
I,
like Gabe Rivera?
I do remember him. He played 1 year in the NFL. He got into a car accident.
Yeah. No, he wasn't like Gabe. He was in the Marino draft. That's who the Steelers took in.
Yep, he was in Marino Drive.
Yep. 83 draft. All right,
Oh, the
Steph.
U.S. Open is happening right now, Uncle. Did you know that?
What happened?
The U.S. Open is happening right now.
No, and what? Tennis or golf?
Golf.
No, the U.S. Open in golf is Father's Day's weekend.
Wait, what major is around this time?
The Masters. That's in 2 weeks.
And I thought there was a big major for tennis around this time too.
No, French Open's in May.
Well, I thought I've always assumed the U.S. So both U.S. Opens are on Father's Day.
U.S. Open's Father's Day.
Both of them, tennis and golf.
No, the tennis is in Labor Day weekend.
Oh, okay.
I think Tiger Woods might retire.
His son is taking. Have you seen videos of his son golf? Mace?
Yeah, his son's pretty good.
His son is a carbon copy of his. When you look at his swing, is exactly like Tiger. It's scary. Wait, which golfer is it that we talk about that's related to Arnold Palmer? Is it like there's a young golfer that's golfing right now that's like that his family is related to like Arnold Palmer? Is it like Brooks Koepka or something like that,
No, not Kepka.
or is wait is it Rory that he hates? Who does Koepka hate?
Rambam Show.
Roche, uh, Rochambeau or whatever his name.
Yeah, he hates him. Yeah. All right,
Is there?
Cortez Kennedy died, like I said, of complications. Died at 48 years old. I know he had diabetes because he lost a leg.
Dang.
I remember that. And he's a hurricane. You know I'm going to follow the story.
Yep.
Charlie might be a better putter than his dad. That's from Moss. He watches it. Yep, Masters coming up. I'll be doing Masters coverage. Big pool for Masters every year, but winning last couple of years. You know me. I think the best golfer on the planet right now is Scotty Scheffler.
Scott Scheffler?
Yeah,
Hey, coach. He was on the 2010. He was on the 2010 New Orleans Saints.
yeah. He was in the staff because he got along with Mickey Loomis, the GM.
Yeah. So he got a ring.
Yeah, no, and you know what's crazy? I feel this makes me feel old. It's been 10 years since the death of. It's already been 10 years since Sean Taylor died.
He died in 2008.
Sean Taylor died in 2007.
Did he really?
Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend. I remember that.
It's almost 20 years since he died then, right? Would it be 20 years?
18
This
years.
would be I think this be
18 years.
17, 18
Yeah, 18 years. He's
or
never left my
17.
sports. I'll tell you that. He never
It
left
gotta be
me.
about 17 because
And
I
I'm
remember, I
glad
remember that morning. I remember that morning. A lady came down the street said, Sean Taylor died." I said, "What?"
they was gunning for him, bro. And the way the NFL portrayed it, give the Redskins a lot of credit. Give Joe Gibbs a lot of credit. Joe Gibbs said the NFL media is full of shit. This guy is the best player I ever coached. And like I said before, the Miami Hurricanes, I give them all the love for this. Unanimous greatest player to wear a Hurricanes uniform. I totally agree with that statement.
Sean Taylor's one of the greatest players
And
of all time.
and it's crazy. Ed Reed says he was a bet. When Ed Reed says Sean Taylor was a better safety than him, that's saying something.
Difference between Ed Reed and Sean Taylor is night and day. Ed Reed was a ball hawk. Sean Taylor was an intimidator.
And
This
a hard hitter.
what's that show on NFL Network, Mr. Miami?
Huh?
It comes on Friday night. It comes on Friday night during the season. The NFL show they do every Friday night where they profile a great player.
The football life.
Watch Sean Taylor. Also, while you at it, Manzano, watch
Yep.
Dan Marino.
No, I watched Sean Taylor, and when Joe Gibbs says that's the greatest player, Joe Gibbs coached multiple great players, and saying that Sean Taylor was the best, greatest player he's ever coached is saying something.
Yep, the best Miami alumni class to be inducted in the Hurricane Hall of Fame was in 2017. Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Michael Irvin, Warren Schapp, Sean Taylor.
What year did Cortez get inducted?
2010, right, Mr. Miami? Cortez
Yeah,
Kennedy? Yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
Unanimous.
did Willis or Frank or Clinton get inducted with that that class with
No.
Ed?
Maybe, I think Miami was with McGahee in that mix.
Who's that?
McGahee, I think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, those were the 6 players: McGahee, Ray Lewis, uh, Ed Reed, Irvin, Sapp, and Sean Taylor. Those
Don't
6
forget,
were in that day.
and
Yeah.
don't forget about Santana Moss.
And the haters around the country in college football, I said you will never on any college football campus get 6 Hall of Fame, NFL Hall of Famers, because Sean Taylor would have been a Hall of Famer. 6 NFL Hall of Famers, and they're inducted as college Hall of Famers. That shit's insane.
Yeah, and for me, to me, Sean Taylor was a. I understand you say he's an intimidator, but to me he was a hybrid safety. Like
And you can
he
say
was.
that, but I don't know that he put people in the hospital.
Wait, didn't it? I can't remember. Was there a highlight? I thought he knocked someone out.
There
Like
are plenty of highlights of him putting people out.
Yep, he laid out one of Buffalo Bills punter.
no, I can't remember. I think he laid. Was T.O. gone by the time he started in the league, or was T.O.
Which
still in the league?
T.O. was in the league. That was his prime when Sean Taylor came in.
Yeah, no, I thought he went over the middle. Uh, T.O. was known to start trouble, and did I thought I saw a highlight of Sean Taylor knocking him on his ass.
Yeah. Cole Perfetti, Moss puts up a picture of him. OV 5 away. If you didn't hear, Ovechkin 5 away from breaking the record.
Uncle, I don't understand the obsession with some Cowboys fans with Mark Bavaro.
Because
Or
Mark Barr used to dominate them. That's why.
oh no, not Mark Bavaro. My God, there was a time. Not Bavaro. There was a guy in the. It was a white guy, not Jason Witten, the guy before him that played with Troy Aikman.
You mean
Jay Novacek.
Jay Novacek?
Yeah, I don't understand the obsession with certain Cowboys fans with Novacek.
You know why? Every time Dallas needed a first down, like 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5, he'll get it automatic every single time. No one can stop him.
Good tight end too.
Yep, sure was.
He was playing in the '80s with
Did
the.
you? Oh, would you say? Did you prefer Jay? You saw both of them play. Did you like Novacek or Witten better?
Witten.
I like Novacek.
I like Witten better because in 3rd and 20, he'll get you 22 yards.
Would you say Jay was more of an inline blocking guy?
No, the fucking Jay Novacek was a toothpick. It's just sometimes some players get lost, and he was the guy who got lost because everybody was focused on Emmett and
Michael
and
Irvin
Michael Irvin and Harper, so they let him free all the time.
and Dion.
No, Dion was the cornerback, but Dallas had Charles Haley. He changed the entire NFC when the
Defense.
49ers were dumb enough to trade him to Cowboys.
Charles, wait, the guy who's on NFL Network now, Charles Davis?
No, Charles Haley.
Charles Haley.
Oh, I thought you said
In
Charles
94,
Davis.
one of the greatest Cowboys and 49ers to ever play the game, but he was sick. That guy had mental problems. He really did. That guy was crazy, right? 305?
Yeah.
Pissing on the field while they're playing football.
Wait, who's a defensive lineman that ran the ball and scored a
Leon Lett,
safety? Was that the
Leon Lett.
Cowboys too?
Sapp,
Yep.
Brown,
Leon
Smith,
Lett. Cowboys.
Henry, Lewis, Irvin, McGahee, just so many amazing Canes. Moss, of course, being Moss in fifth person, always a Moss. Anyway, what I was gonna say, um, I'm sticking to the topic. Um,
We were talking
Haley,
about
Haley was a monster, Manzano. He really was.
I was talking about Leon Lett. Like,
Oh, what about him?
what was he? Was he on? Was, was he on the cat? Was that a cat? Was that when he was with the Cowboys?
Yeah,
That return.
he did two stupid things. Number one, he was running back a what 80-yard touchdown, Mr. Miami, and he let Don he strip him of the ball. And then the second one, Miami was about to win the game in the snow.
Yep, we want to get him in the snow.
Thanksgiving Day, 1993 in Dallas. They blocked the punt in a snowstorm, and Leon let slid on the field and touched the football, and Jimmy lost his fucking mind.
And
Miami lined up, kicked the field goal good. They were 9-2. I'm not going to talk about the rest of the season.
you forget about these VCRs. Hey, they ain't got one of these in collection.
I ain't gonna lie, Comanzano was just a baby. That was the greatest 11 days as a Dolphin fan that I lived on this planet.
Well, I was pissed.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking
when
about
that
after
I was like
Cowboys.
3. I think I was 3 when that happened.
I'm talking about
Oh,
Miss Miami after the game.
I was 20. I think I was 20. Let me see. I got out of school at 90. Let me see.
Uh,
I was like, let me see. I was like, got out of school when I was 18, 19. I say 23. Nah, 22.
yeah, you was 22. Yeah, when Leon Lett did that, I was like, wow. I'm gonna be honest. If they, if Marino never got hurt, they won the Super Bowl. They were the best team in football.
If it would it have changed if Marino was healthy
Hell yeah, they would have been
when Jimmy
champions.
got there?
If
If
Miami
Marino
would have
didn't,
won, if Miami would have won the Super Bowl when he was healthy, if he was healthy that year, Jimmy would never been the coach of Miami.
oh, you don't think Jimmy would have been with the Dolphins if Marino was
No,
healthy?
no, Marino wouldn't allow it.
Him and Jimmy are two are I think they're almost the same personality. Jimmy has an ego, so does Dan.
I'm gonna tell you what Jimmy did to Marino. Besides humiliating Dan every chance he got, and he did do that. I believe in a very dark place. Jimmy threw his rings at Dan Marino. Jimmy talked a lot of shit to Dan.
Is that why he got like? Was he? Did he? Why did him and what caused that rift with him and Jerry?
Jerry felt he was the coach, that he won all the rings, and it was Jimmy who won the rings. And he disrespected Jimmy.
He got rid of Wanstead too.
So I did. What the fuck?
Ain't
Was
no opponent.
Wanstad on? Wait, was Wanstad on that
Cowboy
Cowboys staff?
staff, yeah, he was the defensive coordinator, and North Turner was the offensive coordinator.
Those are two guys who should have stayed coordinators. I don't think they would have. They did so well as coaches, to be honest.
I agree with you. And I will say this, about that situation. Stephen Ross would never let that happen. I'll say it again. If Stephen Ross was the owner, February of 2008, he would have told Parcells, you are not picking Jake Long over Matt Ryan. You out of your effing mind. You need a quarterback to win. And Parcells found that out the hard way.
Was that a transition point for the Dolphins or something? What?
Yeah, they just came off a 1-15 season.
And looking back on it, like that draft pick, Jake couldn't stay healthy his whole career, but I could understand. I could understand looking back on it why they did it in a sense, because if you don't have an offensive line, the quarterback doesn't mean shit. Do you agree?
Manziel, Matt Ryan's accomplishments alone is why they should pick.
Oh no, but
You take franchise quarterback every chance you get.
but I'm I'm gonna say this: for every Matt Ryan who outlasted not having great offensive lines, there's a David Carr that because of Charlie Casserole not drafting on correct offensive line, that destroyed David Carr's career.
Well, he should have done better. I'm talking about Charlie Castley should have done better, but I'm going to prove my point right here. He passed up on Matt Ryan. He drafted Tannehill, who never had an offensive line to protect him. And then he picks Tua
Who's
over
already injured.
Justin Herbert. That's all you need to know about the Dolphin franchise.
Incompetence.
Yeah. Imagine Justin Herbert throwing to Waddle
Tyreek.
and Tyreek 70 yards in stride down the field. It'll be like Marino throwing to Cooper Clayton over again.
But this is why I don't believe I'm a wait and see, and I don't believe anything that comes out of this front office or the coach's mouth anymore, to be honest, because they're trying to placate his idiotic, delusional fan base.
Exactly. And I said that, Tony, you wasn't here for the first year I was doing this. Mr. Miami, didn't I tell you about the organization in Miami from head to toe? I told all you guys that
Yeah.
they lie. The media down there lie.
That's why I don't listen to the media.
They lie. As much as I love those guys down there, and I do, they lie. You can't trust them because they are the mouthpiece of the team because the Dolphins are like the Yankees. If you say bad things about the team, they'll take away your press pass. Everything got to be uh, peaches and cream down there.
Hunky dory.
Yep. Go along, get along.
And honestly, I think this is. Do you think that's why certain people don't have press passes for the Heat because Pat Riley can't handle the criticism?
No, I think the Heat have good, what you call it, in that town. The Heat is good with that town. Now the Panthers are good in that town. But when it comes to the Dolphins and the Marlins, no.
New Orleans.
Marlins. Florida, the Miami Marlins was the Miami.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, that was if they kept the name Florida Marlins, I think, and you said it best. What screwed the Marlins up is once Jose Fernandez died.
Yep, he sure did.
And the Dolphins. I mean the Marlins. They had a couple new owners.
Since then, you're right.
And
Mace,
and, and
where were you when you found out that Thurman Munson passed?
Coming back from my grandmother's house in North Carolina, when I got off the bus, my brother met me and showed me the front of the newspaper, and I could not believe it.
What
That set
happened
the
to him?
Yankees back. That set the Yankees back 17, 18 years.
Until they got Jorge Posada?
No, I'm talking about the franchise. It set them back.
Wow.
Yankees first. Yankees first team did not win a championship in the 1980s. Did not win a championship in the 2010s. And now they're way on the way of not winning a championship in the 2010s. Auburn up a minute and a half left. Pavetta and Padres going for a sweep of the Braves here. Moss loves his Padres along with the Blue Jays.
How good? how great of a catcher was Munson? Because I never saw him.
Munson was a good catcher. He wasn't bench.
Would you say would you say Munson is almost like he was uh Mike Piazza before Mike Piazza?
No.
Or Munson
Munson,
was a better defensive catcher?
yeah, Munson, if I had to compare him to a catcher in the 20th
Buster
century,
Posey?
nah. Uh, I would say Munson was like, he wasn't Pudge.
Brad Osmus?
He was more like our boy in Philadelphia right now.
Oh, JT Realmuto?
Exactly.
He was he was a he was a defensive catcher with decent offense.
Yeah. Munson was clutch, except when he met Johnny Bench in the World Series, and I was at game spree.
How do you rank Charles Johnson?
Excellent catcher. He didn't put up enough offense. If he did, he'd be in Cooperstown. He was terrific.
He's a pure defensive catcher like
He
a
was
Brad.
terrific.
I
Yeah.
like Brad Osmus.
He was
Who's the catcher for those teams with those Barry Bonds teams in San Francisco?
who's the catcher in San Francisco? It wasn't Posey. Posey
Was
came
it
out.
JT Snow?
JT Snow was at first. Ray Dorman was at second. Jeff Kemp was at second. Rich Aurelio was at short. I forgot who was the third baseman.
That outfield was pretty good. It was Barry. My God, their center was it Marquise Grissom in center?
No. Kenny Lofton was in center field for that game. You know why I know? He made the last out in the World Series. The Angels won the World Series.
If we can, was it Felipe Alou?
He was the manager. No. Dusty was the manager. Alou was 10 years before Dusty.
My God, who was that? He ended up becoming he won a World Series with another team. I can't remember where. Oh no, he was on the Mets teams with Indy Chavez for a little bit. I forgot the cat.
2006 Mets.
What is your most hated World Series team? Championship team?
Indians.
Wow.
A lot of people say the
78
Mets.
Yankees.
A lot of people say
I gotta go 86
the
Mets. I cannot stand that team. I cannot stand that franchise. I hate the Mets with a passion, bro.
See, I hate Philadelphia too.
I'm picking them to win the division.
I'm talking about we beat them in the World Series.
I knew he was the catcher. Benito Santiago was the catcher for those teams.
Oh, Benito. That's who it was.
Oh yeah, let me show you the video. See,
Had a good year too that year. 16 homers, 74 RBIs.
It's crazy how the A's had great teams throughout the 80s and 90s, and they only made it to one World Series.
You know why that is?
Why?
Because they didn't want to pay.
Hey,
You guys
Marv.
talk for a second.
Hey,
You
Marv.
guys speak for a second. I'm not going anywhere.
Your world champ.
Much love and respect to you, Melina. I will send ITES a nice email telling them why the hell did you make me do this and you didn't show me. What you doing for the rest of the night, man?
Getting ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm out of here, bro. I'm gonna wait for my nephew to come and he's gonna start hooking up what we talked about off the air.
Dang.
So he's my guy. I mean, he's a graphics design whiz. So you know what I'm saying. So that'll be it for me. And you guys, I appreciate you. I will be back at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Remember this, Mr. Miami did not hear this. I was going to start at 10 o'clock on Tuesday. We will start at 7 o'clock on the nose. The back and forth has started, and Montreal's goon is going to try his best to take out that player for the Panthers today who shot that puck hard. Montreal is going to send a loud message as soon as the puck drops. So Mr. Miami better have it on channel 39 to see the beatdown. We will have Montreal and Florida rematch Tuesday night. You ready for this, family?
Uh, this week, this
Tuesday night? The hell with wrestling. Watch this, bro. They got Montreal to send me their toughest goon to beat this guy up at the beginning of the game.
I'm gonna watch the game Tuesday.
I'll be up here at 7 o'clock, folks. As far
I'm
as
gonna
the
have.
sorry ass flames, I will destroy them from top to bottom. They open up the platform tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Wrestling, no. No play fighting.
See, it's gonna be double header. See, I got DVR with Corey Bow.
Yeah, they do that, but I'll be on live Tuesday night. Got to do that game.
See, I got
Rematch.
CBS Sports.
Yeah, Wednesday night we'll be in Toronto for the Panthers and Maple Leafs. We'll be there Thursday night. Montreal, Boston. I'll come on the air at 8:30, and then Winnipeg and Vegas as the headliner Thursday night. Friday I'm off. Saturday doubleheader. The early game 4 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be on the air. Oilers Kings. Drysdale is back. McDavid will be back for that game. The late game, which will be 7 o'clock, the rematch of yesterday's awesome game. This time the game is in St. Louis. I'm gonna try and get John Jensen up here so he can do the play-by-play since he's the big Blues fan. Colorado at St. Louis, and don't look now, folks. They're only 4 points behind the Avalanche in West.
Florida, acknowledge me.
Yeah, that'll be Tuesday night, folks. It's gonna be a circus atmosphere in Montreal. Martin St. Louis. Let me repeat that. Martin St. Louis says he's sending his goon to beat the hell out of that guy for the Florida Panthers, and it's gonna be fights all over the place in the Bell Center Tuesday night.
You go up there with another team jersey on, you might get into a fight.
So Miss Molina is starting trouble in the chat room towards you, 305. Moss, get your laptop fixed, bro.
close?
So you can have your supporters back, so you can do practice
Ah,
this weekend. Me, on the other hand, I test will feel my wrath tonight. I will email him and get on his ass about not being. I appreciate all of you feel five to stay with me. The only hockey game tonight is somebody's. Oh, Toronto and Anaheim. I'll skip it. Maple Leafs should win that game easily. And we'll see you here tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Why did the Calgary Flames make a fool out of themselves, knowing they do not have the firepower to compete? And I will destroy Craig Conroy tomorrow.
dang.
Auburn, Florida, Duke versus Houston in the Final Four. Moss, enjoy that next weekend. I am not watching no damn Final Four. I'll be in Los Angeles, and
Ah,
then we'll
ah,
be in
ah.
St. Louis, baby, for the Blues and Avalanche rematch. Connor McDavid be back on. I believe Connor will be back on either Thursday or Friday, but McDavid will be back. So the Oilers will be in full health. And Leafs at Duck Pond. Enjoy the quackies out in Anaheim.
Don't tell me Miami Heat lost again today.
Who knows?
About the Heat
I don't know if the Heat. I don't know who he played. Boston at Denver. Boston
tomorrow
probably
night.
in series tomorrow night. Let me see for you. Because the
Yeah, the
NBA
Heat
right
play
now
tomorrow
they're
night.
really getting any good matchups. They do that on purpose. So college basketball gets all the shine. Let me see what's the NBA tonight. No, it's true. They want the college guys to show whatever they have. College basketball is garbage now. Even though we got a new coach at UNLV, Calipari, Coach K, Barnes, Rick Barnes, all these guys giving UNLV their applause. But they finally took a coach that is going to run and gun. He says he's going to make the schedule tougher. And he's going to be running gun back in Vegas next year. I'll believe it when I see it. I don't jump in the pool, folks. I'm not a fanboy. I do not jump in the pool. You got to show me. I get the NBA schedule earlier. Let's see what's tonight
Boy, look at that boat going down.
before I get the hell out of here.
About this movie, this boat, that boat, that boat was it was floating. Now that all that water kicked in that boat, and to that boat about to break into the lost Titanic. And I don't do boats. And these fools still staying there. I was jumping off the boat.
I don't blame you.
Coach, thanks for having me up tonight.
You out of here, Field 5? We go hang out somewhere? All
Shoot,
right, Houston, the Lakers are late tonight. The TNT got basketball tonight, which is shocking. Boston and Memphis in about 2 minutes on TNT. So you got Boston, Memphis, Houston Lakers tonight on the NBA. So there goes your NBA doubleheader on TNT. Good games too. Boston and Memphis, Houston at the Houston Lakers is big for seeding. So I expect the best out of the Rockets tonight to hold off the Lakers. Season only got 2 weeks left. So if your team is in contention, I don't care if you win or lose. My team is one of the most improved teams in the league this year. I expected that to happen, and the juggernaut would be unleashed in October. And I'll be in Portland next month. I am
my
out of here.
my
I am
team's out
going
of it.
to I'm going to do some business. Thank you for Melina. Thank you for Moss. And everybody who pulled up today, the people in the clouds. Jordan, feel better, family. I will see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Peace, everybody. I'm finna roll.
Melina said good night to you.
Good night, Sister Malena. I love you, sister.
Yeah, we'll see you. Love you too, sweetie. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8
All right,
o'clock.
Coach. I love you too. I'm
Yeah,
about to
we're
roll.
ready to let you out of the club. We'll see you tomorrow
Peace.
night, thanks. Good night from the Oasis.
Midnight at your Aces.